And there we go. All right. Keep that blocked for now. All right. So last time we got Shield Doggo. See, and yeah. Today, go to the Isle of Armor and do all that that Kung Fu stuff. Right. Man, man, the lamps really do make it glow a bit. Yeah. Alright, let's see, can I just fly there, or am I gonna have to do the thingo? I can just fly there, neat. Feels like it's been a while since I've actually done one of these open range things. Oh, yeah, that's right. We can actually walk around with our duder here. Nice. Let's see. Oh, you can buy berries here. Okay. Do you do anything? Ah, okay. Right. Might as well. Probably gonna do some camping at the point. Spice mix. You know what? I think I might buy a little bit more of that. Because why not? Let's see. Become friendly with Kung Fu and show to master Mustard. So yeah, I guess we could take a look in there and... Oh right, yeah! I can go out on the water. Okay. I don't remember Kadabra being around here. Interesting. He's just You just like teleporting, don't you, dude? Alright. Let's see. Drift mode, nice. I want to see if I can actually encounter that whale lord out there. It's weird that those just went out here, but I mean, then again, I guess they could have, I mean, besides just the fact that maybe they could have swam, probably could have, dug underneath. What? I heard the sounds and I turned to look and then it was just like, oh frick. Jeez, that's a high level too. Yeah, I would not want to have that suddenly coming fast at me in the water, that's for sure. Ugh. Man, I guess that's another one of those things I think goes to show how much I think they kind of improved some of the ways you can interact with Pokemon by having stuff like that happen. Oh, wow. Okay, that actually triggers an encounter. Wow.
What happened? What's going on?
Oh, hi. Well, I'm on the Isle of Armor, and I just thought I decided to finally go out on the water and see what it's like to do things, and I'm like, hey, does touching this big frickin' Wailord actually trigger an encounter? It's like, oh, it does.
And it immediately shrinks.
Yes! Like, I get it's for the sake of, like, the dimensions they have for how the battlefield works and all of that, but it's like, wow, that's something to see it go from a frickin' absolute unit to just... Like, I mean, on the battlefield it's still kind of big, but not quite as, impressive.
Yeah, it scared the crap out of me the first time it happened when I saw one, because I was riding out in the water doing my own stuff, and then I turned around and there was one right behind me.
I mean, in all fairness, I'd probably be scared if I just turned around and saw a large frickin' animal there. Even if it's something like a whale that supposedly you wouldn't want to get me. But also, holy shit, these Sharpedos scare me.
Yeah, the best way to avoid them is you either basically turn back towards them and try and juke them. Otherwise, they're just gonna... Because you have to abuse the fact that they can't turn really well.
Ah.
Otherwise, they will catch up to you.
Yeah. And I was so focused on looking back at the things I ran into the frickin' thingo.
Yeah, you just have to... It's best to just to try and use your ear. Yeah, my game ran a little bit longer today.
How'd it go?
It went well. The mechanics behind the circus don't make sense. So Megara got a critical success on her scythe dance. One of the other performers got a critical success on their performance. And so, because of those two critical successes, we failed. If we didn't get those critical successes, we would have succeeded.
What?
Because the idea is, it's like, so for each performance, depending on how well the performance goes, or how well the trick goes, they call it, since you don't have to use performance, it will hype up the crowd. So the idea is if you hype the crowd up too much, but then it will change the difficulty target. So if you hype them up too much, but then don't meet that target, it's like you basically blue-balled them. So then it's like you still get rewarded and stuff like that, because it's like, yeah, you've upgraded your performance to your circus act to the next tier, but because of how well you did with those critical successes, they were expecting more. Like, that is just so backwards. Like, so you don't want to critical succeed.
Okay, yeah, that's... I can kind of get that, but that's still... That's weird.
So what exactly are you doing? Just searching around in the water?
Well, I kind of took a look out on the water because I thought, you know, I might as well take a look at some of these things that have just been kind of out there. Though I guess, I mean, if I want to improve, I gotta go to these spots to get the thing for Cub Fu, right?
It's hard to see what exactly says there, but yeah, there's your, yeah. So, yeah, the option is you can either go to the water tower to make him a water fighting type, or you go to the dark tower, make him dark fighting, and you can kind of, I mean, yeah, the one with the blue roof is the water tower, but yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember what those spots were for. I think, maybe you are supposed to take him to each of those different places first. Can't remember too well.
Because, yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, you gotta know Kung Fu better, so I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he has to be walking around with you.
Yeah, I figured. I do like how you can't just pick up stuff like that on the beach. Like, I mean, I know that's kind of almost a given. Yeah, that's the thing you would do, but still. That you can, like, go down and pick up stuff almost like, you know, if you were to go down to the beach and pick up shells or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, like, as I said, I think both the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, they did the wild areas better because they actually are a little bit more diverse and interesting, whereas the wild area in the base game is kind of just open with, like, maybe an interesting feature here or there. Like, there's the old ruined tower, which is just literally, it's just like one little ruined tower that isn't really explorable. It's just literally like 10 feet tall. Well, not really 10 feet, but, you know, 15 feet tall, and a little chamber.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Because, yeah, like, I think that might be one of those things where that's kind of a thing that happened because I guess they were still kind of trying to figure out how to integrate it into the game, and they're
Yeah.
still like it's because they still kind of go with the usual Pokemon formula, but like like okay, we gotta introduce this thing. How do we do it? And it's like oh, it'll kind of be a thing. Whereas this because it's probably because it's side content, they could just kind of throw it in as is and not have to worry about it integrating with some kind of overarching linear path.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more, like, even just variation between, I guess, the plane, like... There's, of course, caves to explore, and... I had some good fun just sort of exploring the DLCs.
Ooh, they got a frickin' Zoroark.
Oh, but is that a Zoroark? Oh, wait, never mind, that doesn't work.
Maybe it's a Zoroark pretending to be a Zoroark!
No, or a Zoroark pretending to be a Zoroark.
Ooh, yeah. Hello there, fellow. Oh! I thought he was just being chill for a while, but okay, I guess he just kind of needed a moment to see me. It's a dude.
I forgot how metal Zoroarks actually look.
Yeah, they got freaking wild kind of look going on.
Just so used to the more approachable looking good old Watcher.
I mean, she still has pretty wild hair, but I mean, yeah, she is a bit more approachable.
Yeah, her eyes don't say "I'm gonna get you." Her eyes say "Come hither."
Oh, this is where the apples would have been. Okay. So let's see. Oh, this little punchy octopus. Okay. So they wanted us to find a thingy here.
The only reason I could think that they decided to not give Clobdopus and Grapploct the water fighting type is I think it feels like they kind of used water fighting as a selling point for Urshifu because it is such a rare typing. I think the only other water fighting is Keldeo, I believe.
I forgot Keldeo was water fighting.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I can see what you mean, and it's... like, in that kind of thing here where, like, oh, they have it in the tall grass, and it's, like, by water... Like, if they made it something like that where it's like, oh yeah, it's not strictly a water-dwelling thing, and with that kind of implication, I feel like that would make a bit more sense. It's just kind of a not very intuitive thing, because in almost every other sense, when you see octopus, you think, oh, that's something that belongs in the water.
Indeed.
Hopefully this dude doesn't try... Yeah. Okay, well, he disappeared. Though he's coming at me real funny for a moment there.
Yeah, be getting on all, I guess, all sixes because it uses two of its arms to act like a belt.
Hmm. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, as I said, like I've been watching the anime and it still surprises me, even though it's like, okay, they do try to keep a lot of stuff, in like how the games work in the anime. But other times it's like, so the episode I was watching last night, Ash was fighting this guy with a Gallade using his, Farfetch, which then evolved into Surfetch.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy kept on having his Gallade use close combat, and I'm like, okay, you use it once. Once! If you use close combat any more times, you're asking to be one shot. Even using it once, you're asking to be one shot, because it lowers your defense.
Yeah, I got brave and cocky with it, but then that was really only because I was relying on Bren to be super fast.
Yeah. And yeah, just he used it like 4 times in this one battle against Ash. And I'm like, that means Ash's Farfetch is either actually super weak that he couldn't actually take him out with a single blow after, or this Gallade was built with a high defense, so that way it could sacrifice. Which, you know, actually be a good strategy. You train them for a high defense, so that way they can sacrifice that defense for high attack, and then sort of come out equal.
Hmm. Yeah. Man, I wonder what the game wants me to do. Because, like... There's a big old thing all at the spot, but there doesn't seem to be anything special going on there.
I can't remember. Like, yeah.
Hmm. I think I might go talk to the master just for a moment. Because, like, I wonder if that's just, like, an optional thing, or if it's, like... Because, like, oh, become friendly with Cub Fu. Like, you think maybe the game adventuring did some of that, but, yeah. Alright, wait, what? If only someone they know, but who would gather that many? Alright, what collectathon do you want me to do?
Yeah, it's you have to take him to specific viewpoints.
Ah. Ah, so she wants those things. Okay. Bear Merc. Ooh. So we are ready. Okay. Like, I guess it is a thing where it literally goes based on, like, a happiness value, and maybe those events were just meant to be, ways to boost that.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, now he would just basically say, choose a tower.
Ah. Towers of Two Fists. Okay. Darkness.
I think they're all like level 65 to 70.
Well, that would be within our bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, well... Yeah, might as well make use of the camp feature. Yeah, he was playing with his tab.
Bren runs up to freaking Battery Acid, and Battery Acid is like, not dealing with you today.
Oh my god. Shield boy is getting caught on the weeds.
those invisible walls.
Well, what you? I don't know what that conversation was about, but I guess you told Brent off in a very slight way. Yeah. All right, food. Coconut milk. And yeah, let's just put in a frick ton of peaches. Peaches and coconut milk.
Sounds horrible.
Well, let's see what happens. Alright.
Yeah, the timing of that last one is a little tricky since it, there's that delay.
Yeah. Sweet coconut curry.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of coconut.
I think I've had coconut seems to be an occasional thing for me. Like not always something I like, but it can be, like, it's not something I really seek out. I'll say that
Yeah.
much. I think it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like onions in the sense that the flavor is nice, but oftentimes I find the texture of coconut, at least in how it tends to be served, is not very appetizing.
Yeah, I hate the texture, and like the taste probably doesn't really sell me. Though, speaking of onions, my nan's the kind of person that would just have onion sandwich.
Just straight. Ugh.
Yeah.
What? Ugh. That. No! It's gross!
Yeah. Oh, she loves her onions.
Ugh.
Like, yeah, I like onion when it's like, especially if you've got it on like, say, a freaking barbecue. Like, you put a topping of onions over a steak or something.
Mm hmm.
Or, you know, of course, on a burger or... Man. Ah, that's just reminding me of this great burger I used to get and I can't get anymore.
Oh, what kind of burger?
So, it was from like it was like a little corner shop this was when I was living with my sister. There was like a little takeaway store about you know, down the end of the street that I was living on. And it's one of those weird things where it's like you think, oh yeah, it's just a little, like I think it was like a little mom and dad kind of, or whatever you call it, store where it's like, but yeah, they used to do these really good steak burgers.
Hmm.
And like it'd be they would have like a steak patty, beetroot, onion, barbecue sauce, and God, I can't remember what they did, but I think they used like a special barbecue sauce as well, and it was just delicious.
That kind of reminds me of there's a chain around here called Red Robin. That's their whole deal is that they do gourmet burgers, and that makes me think of one of their recipes is a thing they call they called a Whiskey River barbecue burger, and it had like some fried straw onions as part of it, and of course some barbecue sauce. Tasty stuff. Then again, I'm also kind of just a sucker for barbecue in general, but yeah.
Yeah, I love steak sandwiches, and I'm like, if I ever go to like a restaurant and they've got a steak sandwich, I'm like, I have to try this just for, you know, to try and compare it to other steak sandwiches I've had. And so far, probably one of my favorites has been, yeah, from that corner store. I'm just like, and even if I go to visit my sister because she's moved from there, I'm like, I wouldn't be able to go get it again.
Hmm. So cup food could be the only one. Okay.
Also, uh, Matt Pat did a video last week, or was it early? I think it was last week, about which Pokemon would people actually eat,
Hmm.
and the conclusion basically came down to Hoot Hoot would be the best poultry
Hmm.
because of the sheer size of Hoot Hoot compared to the other readily available birds,
Makes sense.
and I think it was Skidoo and Go-Goat for red meat. Because it's like you've also got to look at like because he also looked at like how long it actually takes to raise them and hatch them, and it's like Miltank has a low XP curve compared to Go-Goat.
Which is funny because yeah, I would you would have thought Miltank being the cow would naturally be the option for the big I forget the technical term, but yeah.
Actually, no. It was Go-Goat for milk because Miltank was too slow to raise compared to Skidoo and that. For actual red meat, it was, and this is the one where I don't agree with him. Mudbray and Mudsdale, and I'm like, I think he missed the point that the reason why Mudsdale and Mudbray have such a high weight to them is not that's the amount of meat on them, that's the amount of mud and dirt that is stuck to them.
That may be, yeah. Like, I'm sure it's perfectly structurally sound, but man, the idea of walking all the way up a wooden structure this tall would make me nervous.
Yeah, I mean, it's 5 stories, but then again, each of those stories must be like, that's a good 20 feet, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, like, it at least feels reassuring in that it's like, very clearly this is built with some solid big pieces of timber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. He also did another theory that was Nurse Joy is a Pokemon. I'm like, yeah, I love that theory.
Like, okay, how did that one work?
Well, the evidence was basically stuff like, whenever they've shown young Nurse Joys, well, young Joys, they've always been female and they've always looked identical to their mother despite the appearance of the father, which is how Pokemon breeding works. The egg always takes the form of the mother. And like he kind of reasoned that it was like, okay, so what if, like, we know that humans and Pokemon were once the same, so what if, like, Chansey's seeing, humans starting to separate from Pokemon, there were like Chanseys were like, how we like to help Pokemon, but now this particular set of Pokemon are becoming strange to us. We should maybe adapt to become like them. So yeah, his theory is basically Nurse Joy is basically a branch evolution of Chansey.
And it would kind of fit how they wind up being paired with them and stuff like Audino.
Yeah. But then it's just like, he slightly mentioned at the end, he's like, and then there's of course Officer Jenny, but that would need a video on itself. I'm like, yeah, Officer Jenny might be a little bit harder because there isn't really a Pokemon that kind of resembles Officer Jenny that you can sort of Unless you somehow say, yeah, Officer Journeys came from Growliths, but they've got green, blue hair, not red.
Like, maybe you can make a case that they were just, a species that's just straight up went the full human adaptation route.
Yeah.
And it kind of fits with how, like, there are plenty of Pokemon who are... They do fit very much into the humanoid shape, they just do not resemble humans as closely as, you know, humans. As humans do.
And there was even someone in the comments that was like, yeah, but you know, humans can't breed with Pokemon. And I was just like, hold up!
Not with that attitude!
There is the human type egg group. And what type of egg group do you think humans would be in? They're human-like.
Humans are just the weirdos who don't have eggs. What's with that live birth shit?
Hell, we don't even know if that's the way it works in Pokemon universe.
This is true?
But yeah, my reasoning for why humans are Pokemon in the Pokemon world is kind of... It basically comes down to infinity energy. It doesn't really matter how you look at it. It's like, okay, you can say Arceus created the universe, or all the living stuff within the universe by shaping infinity energy, because infinity energy is the canonical energy that Pokemon are made of.
Mm-hmm.
And humans have also been shown to be able to access infinity energy to gain powers, such as psychics. And of course, also occultists, yeah, mediums and whatnot. So, that at least suggests that humans are also made of infinity energy. And it's like, okay, if you want to take, okay, maybe Arceus didn't create all living things. Well, Pokemon are still made of infinity energy, and that they probably just naturally were formed from it, just, you know, through the whole same concept of like primordial soup kind of thing, but energy based.
Mm-hmm.
And since there is at least suggestion that humans were once the same as Pokemon, it's still like, yeah, no matter how you look at it, humans have infinity energy in them, so they are compatible with Pokemon.
Like, depending on how you view it, you could probably say it's something like, oh, you know, humans adapted to have their infinity energy usage go towards intellect and tool making and stuff like that, instead of manifesting as attacks like Pokemon usually do, or other traits.
And it easily covers like a lot of the Pokedex stuff, like again, the good old Kadabra one where a kid just woke up as a Kadabra one day. Like, yeah, that's like, maybe he developed his psychic abilities to a point where the infinity energy was like, are you human or a Kadabra? You're a Kadabra. And even though it's like, you know, some people might not use it as evidence, there was one episode of the anime where a traveling magician turned Ash into a Pikachu.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
And no one brings that up!
Well, man, of course, it's the Pokemon anime. Why would they use continuity and bring up fascinating and interesting ideas that might change the way the world works?
Yeah. But of course, it also explains why Mewtwo was able to be created using Pokemon DNA. I mean, human DNA. There.
Hmm.
And now you fight Master Mustard again. In his super form.
You can tell it's a super form because his eyebrows are ridiculous.
Yes! Why can't you be like every other old man? Normal!
Yeah, show me. I'll show you what Kung Fu can do by doing the exact same thing you just did.
For less damage.
uh,
Okay, kind of the same.
I mean, considering his Kung Fu is a higher level, though, that's,
Yeah. I believe in Crown Tundra you can actually fight him in the new arena, not arena, the Grand Mastership or Master Challenge or what do they call it?
Okay.
It's one of those extra side things you can do where it's like you can go back to the Rose Arena or whatever it's called and fight a bunch of NPCs like all the gym leaders, and you can even partner up with special guests.
Okay.
I think it's the Master Tournament. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That would happen to Leon.
It's like, God, I could imagine it. He comes back to freaking Mustard. He's like, I climbed to the top of the tower, but instead of a cub brew like you said, I found this bird, and it's a ho-oh.
God. It's like, you know you went all the way to Johto. Well, I mean, it was this island out in the sea, right? That's that. No, no, my God! Of course, he would get lost trying to travel to one of the two very visible landmarks. uh, nice. The time has come. Now gaze upon this, the what? What?
Cub Fugo Brew? Your Punchy Bear evolved into Oh, a punchy bear.
Hmm. That actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
Urshifu. This form of Urshifu is a strong believer in defeating foes by raining many blows down on them. Its strikes are non-stop, flowing like a river. I mean, that does kind of fit what I've been doing with Bran, so...
Yeah, especially close combat.
Surging strikes.
Its signature move.
Let's see, 3 times in a row. Always results in a critical hit, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see, I think I'll replace Break Break.
This is, again, I hope Gen 9, I want them to make dual type moves the new gimmick, because we've only got like one at the moment.
Right, yeah, that's Halucha's thing.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Oh yeah, we gotta get your super rare thing out too. Okay.
Yeah.
The time has come for ominousness. And I think, like, he said the thing about, oh, it wasn't too long ago you would have gotten scared and hid behind. I like the idea of just, he's still like that, he gets scared and tries to hide behind Riona.
Yeah.
She's like, alright, you big baby. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
You were saying?
I was about to say, I think the only... I don't think there's too much of a visual difference between the two Urshifu forms. I think it's more of the way they stand.
Okay. I'm gonna go with what was my frickin' reaction. Hobbykins. Oh my god, I just freaking realized that oh my god, that really is his eyebrows.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was just a weird hairstyle.
No.
Oh. Oh, you work with what you got, I guess. uh. Hmm. That certain something is actually... Of course. Is this other trading you skills? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I don't think I'll pursue that because I'm not that interested in going after the Gigantamaxing stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah. I think I'll probably, oh, maybe I'll see if I'll do that on my own time. I think, with the hour, almost at the hour thing. I'm thinking maybe next time I'll start doing the Crown Tundra stuff.
Hell yeah. And you'll get to meet one of my favorite characters.
Oh boy. I guess we'll see where that hype comes from.
And also see how well that noggin of yours works.
Is this a Loxton and Noggin reference?
No, no. I'm just saying you have to use that head of yours. That mushy pink thing inside your gold case.
I don't know. I don't rely on that too often. It likes to betray me.
Oh, that kind of thinking it likely will betray you in Crown Tundra.
And I guess we'll see what happens. So for now, glad to finally get to frickin' Bear to become Bigger Bear. And honestly, I like this look. Like,
Yeah.
I remember you mentioning that there doesn't seem to be a lot of good bear Pokemon designs, and like this.
This is one of them. I like it.
Yeah. I do kind of like how it kind of looks like it has a bit of a outfit going on.
Yeah. See, I like it because it actually looks like a Pokemon, whereas, like, again, with Beartick and, buddy, sorry, they really just do look like normal bears. Except, like, you know, Beartick's got, it's got icicles stuck to its chin, and String's just got, it's got a patch of white fur that forms a circle.
Hmm. Again, I love the variety of Pokemon actions and reactions and things they do to you. Like, especially thinking how it's like out on the sea, Sharpedo gonna go right after you like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then here it's like, got Jigglypuff and Baneri here, just like they just come up and do a little dance for you.
Yeah.
I have no doubt it's because they want food, but it's still cute and endearing.
It's just like you just hear this frickin' deep, gruff voice come out of the Baneri. Give me food.
Yes. Now, I guess. Yeah, it works out with Sunday being that'll be a nice big long thing to get into tundra.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. For now, then, though, I guess this will be a see you later.
Indeed.